Now we've got a very special guest today.
Yes, we do.
His name is John. I'm not sure what your last name is.
John Vellinga.
John Vellinga.
Thanks, guys. We're going to taste vodka today.
Yay!
Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to start handing it out. What I brought is 2 of my vodkas, and actually a lot of people don't know this. We're kind of like an indie brand, Canadian company. We make our vodka in Ukraine, but we're based in the GTA. So we're a Canadian company. We own the brands, we own the trademarks, and we created them really for this market. But we made them in Ukraine because Ukraine is actually the birthplace of vodka. You always hear the Russians and the Poles arguing about who invented vodka. What they're really arguing about is which empire owned Ukraine at the time that they invented vodka. So, in fact, the Polish government sued the Soviet Union in 1977, and in their deposition they listed the place called Cherkasy as being the birthplace of vodka. Well, yeah, Cherkasy at that time was probably part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Today, it's right in the center of Ukraine. They finally got their state back. So we're going to start out with some Russian vodka. You probably know this one. I'm not going to name names. It comes in a red bottle. It looks very Soviet. So what you're going to do first is, what you're going to do first is have a whiff of it. Like check it out. Check out the nose. I sound like a wine snob, but it's true. Like notice a bit of a medicinal, kind of like a hospital-y kind of smell.
Yes.
That's what creates that is when you're. And I'm going to get into how vodka is made and distilled, but you'll notice right away. Who's missing one? Here we go.
One over here.
Okay, one more. Hang on.
I'll take the bottle.
2 more.
You give it all mine away. Municipal on the nose.
I'm passing mine
That
along.
municipal smell.
Yeah, definitely.
It smells good when I'm passing it by. Like,
Speaking of municipal, you're talking about water. Most of the time, what they're doing is. So you get it.
No,
I was sniffing that. Now let it put it in your mouth a bit.
just a bit.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Little bit of a burn, kind of ow. That's a style of vodka. Like there are people that actually really genuinely enjoy that kick, that burn, and that's a style of vodka. What we did on the next one, and I'm going to give you
This one kind of has a kind of a ginny taste to it.
Yeah, actually, interestingly enough, gin is just a flavored vodka. A lot of people think, oh, I like gin, but
This is a different one. Here we go.
This is called Zirkova. This is one of our brands, and it's more of that Eastern European style that we just tried with Stolen. I just mentioned the name.
Just passing a
Later
whole bunch.
on, will you tell us the difference of the 2 of your vodkas?
Absolutely. Actually, we're going to go right between the 2 of them, and I'll tell you the difference, not just the price, but here we go. Here's a Zirkova. Anyone? Feeler? So, who's not got one?
I've got one.
All right. Here we go. So the Zirkova, you'll notice right away, has a bit more of a gentler. That's a big one. A little gentler on the palate.
It
doesn't burn nearly as
It
much.
doesn't smell.
Doesn't have that medicinal.
rubbing alcohol.
More,
You got it.
more has a mineral nose, eh?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one, actually. You sound like a wine snob. That's perfect.
Well,
Chuck knows his wines.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you'll notice, and right away, it's got a really dry, like rye-like finish. And the reason why, there you go. And the reason why is that this vodka is absolutely traditional. Most vodkas are made with additional, like you'll notice in the first one, you have a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of smell. They're adding additives to it to make it taste more smooth than it is. Zirkova is a purist vodka. It has nothing but spirits and water. So there's 4 things that make great vodka. First is what you put in it. So, most people think vodka is made out of potatoes. Usually it's not. There's a couple of good potato vodkas, but they're all from Poland. So if you just say made in Poland on it, don't buy potato vodka. But the best vodkas are made from grain, particularly rye and wheat. So Zirkova is made from only rye or wheat. The second thing that's really important is how you distill it. So you take that, you ferment it, almost like making beer, and then you distill it through a rectification column, which looks like something out of an oil refinery. And out of that, in the middle of that column, comes all the good stuff. Above and below that is not as good, and the tops and bottoms, they call it heads and tails. They make cleaners out of it. They wash your floor with that stuff. Zirkova and Slava, which you're going to try next, are only made out of the center cut, which means that's why there's no medicinal smell and there's no mouth burn.
The one we just tried, it has like a very flowery aftertaste. I've noticed.
Yeah, it's very natural
Yeah.
because there's nothing except spirits and water in that. Nothing. Slava, on the other hand, this is our ultra premium brand, and most ultra premium vodkas cost $45+, and the whole point, the reason why we have this product at only $28.50 is because we found out when we were developing it just how much it costs for the fancy ass bottle. So I honestly, we had developed this great vodka, and we're like, we have to put it in a gorgeous bottle because everybody who has a great vodka does that. So what we did, when we found out how much it cost, it was like $5 for an empty bottle. It was like, this isn't freaking perfume, it's vodka. So we decided that we'll be like the only people, and to date we're the only people that have stuck it in kind of an ordinary bottle. But one of the things we did about it was like, okay, we're going to take away the frosting and the silk screening and the cork. What are we going to give back? What we did is we put it triangular. So the bottle's triangular, so it fits in your freezer, and it's pretty short, so you can get the door closed without having to jam the bag of peas in there to keep it from falling out.
Even as a bartender, I find Belvedere and Goose annoying because they're so tall. Sometimes they don't fit in milk crates, or that, you know what I mean, or they just make it. You gotta take the spouts out.
This one has the least powerful smell. So far.
Yeah, Slava's. The thing is, what's interesting about it is that Slava, like Zirkova, the one I just gave you, is only $23.65, which is a buck above the minimum price for vodka.
I really like this one.
Every dollar I add in cost when we make this vodka adds $4 on the retail shelf. So Slava's only $28.50 because we didn't put it in a 4-color silkscreen frosted bottle with a cork. If we had done that, it would be $48, but we just thought that was bullshit, so we didn't do it. Anybody else need one here?
I didn't get one.
Oh, there we go.
This one kind of has the more sweeter taste out of all of them.
Yeah, good call. It's actually, Slava has a really nice, sweet, almost vanilla-like finish, and it has a huge finish. Like, it just lingers a long time, and it's a nice linger, too.
Nice linger,
It's like you want it to be there. It's not like some nasty-ass aftertaste.
It's like the linger of a really nice mint.
Is it considered
He is a
like,
white snake.
is it
You should
considered
try
like
that.
really gauche to like to chase it with something at the?
No, actually, that's
No?
perfect.
A normal-
The way vodka is drank in the birthplace, like Russia, Ukraine, Poland, what they'll do is they'll take a piece of bread, like a black bread, and sniff it first. Then you knock back your shot,
Okay.
and then you knock back a little slice of pickle. That's like the best way to drink vodkas. Don't bastardize it by mixing it up too much. Just drink it straight up. And we're doing it at room temperature because that's the only fair way to compare vodkas. So now we're going to do a vodka that's very well known to most people. It is really brilliant vodka, and I'm not going to make any bones about it. Grey Goose is a fabulous vodka. It's just really expensive, and the main reason it's expensive, people say, oh, it's overpriced and overrated. It's like, no, it's neither. It's exactly what it needs to be to pay for this gorgeous bottle. And it is good vodka. I mean, this was a benchmark. We did a lot of blind taste tests, and this was the one to beat in terms of the flavor. What we thought was that, you know what, if we're $28.50, we don't really need to do much more than just show up, because you'll notice in this test here that there isn't a huge difference between Slava and Grey Goose.
It's got more
Except for the
smell.
$20 price difference, of course. So yeah, try this out. You'll notice the same thing. No medicinal, nice, and very smooth in the mouth. But you'll notice a little bit more tongue burn than you got with Slava. But it's a very, very nice vodka. But in terms of comparing it with a vodka that's $15 cheaper, really we spent all the money on what went in the bottle. It's like judging a book by its cover. It's not what's on the cover of the book, it's what's in the book that matters. So that's what we did with Slava. And also with Zirkova. Like, Zirkova is only $23.65. It's a buck above the minimum. $5 price difference. What's the difference? Really what it comes down to is our packaging on this one's a bit more expensive. And the additives thing costs money. So when you're smoothing out the edges on vodka, that's the vodka maker's secret. That's what costs money.
I find the Goose has a little bit more of like a savoriness than the...
Yeah, it's a bit more floral, a bit more citrus. Not a very short finish, very crisp. Whereas Slava had that very long vanilla sweet finish, which actually we sort of engineered this vodka to make fabulous martinis, and that's what we'll do when we come back, and we'll create some martinis.